was right with you, bitch. If shy, ain't know no man. Deep range, my shot go switch. We riding now, windows riding through your town.
What's good, my Division family? Welcome back to another Division 2 video. And you've seen the title. Y'all know what time it is. We have probably, no, I won't say probably, we have made the most strongest striker clutch build in the game. Y'all heard it, y'all seen the title. Yes, we are here to talk about a striker clutch build. But before we get into that, I would say you are going to need to complete your journeys to get the modifiers. So if you don't have your modifiers, it might be a little tough to use this, but if you have all your modifiers, if you have some of them, or if you have the specific ones I'm going to show you, then this build is godly, and to me it's probably the best striker build in the game. Sorry, I'm going to put it like that because it's different and it's unique, and it's actually another way of playing with striker. So let's dive into it. But if you're new, leave a like. If you're a returning person, leave a comment. And if you're a hater, well, I'll catch you when I catch you. Y'all know my slogan. But yeah, let's get straight to it. So as you see, look, bam, y'all see it right there. 1.4 million health with 1.3 million armor striker. And as you see, we got a clutch. Amazing, right? So we're going to dive into it. Let's get straight to it. I'm trying to cut these videos a little shorter, but sorry, I just got to get into detail because I want y'all to know what y'all getting yourself into before y'all build these builds, and I want y'all to understand how to play with it. But let's dive right into the specialization. Again, I already talked about the specialization 1,000 times in my video, but for a lot of new people that just came to the game, you are going to need to use Firewall. Firewall is the best specialization in the game. It has the best kit, especially when you're playing with health. This is the only specialization that give you back health on kill, and also it gives you a strong health kit. So when you pop this kit, you get all your health back and armor back for 10 seconds. I call it the whip it kit because you be juiced up for 10 seconds and you can't die. So that's why you have that. Boom, we got the specialization done. Bam. Now we're gonna move on towards the modifiers. I broke this down a little bit, but back then, or should I say last week, I wasn't really understanding too much of how these ones specific work. I was just showing you the passive modifiers, but to be honest, the passive modifiers is all you really want. But I really going to be using Broken Link, and when you use Broken Link, as you see on activation, freeze all attributes on the current score to multiply the values of current attributes but bonus by 2. Passive modifiers are multiplied by 2 for the duration of the modifier. So basically, once I active my modifiers, as you see when I'm ADS and I have everything all blinking, once I activate that, that's going to multiply. So that's going to take my health to 1.4 to 2 million. I'm going to show y'all, but it's going to take my health to 1.4 to 2 million. And as you see, it has a cooldown for 30 seconds, and it lasts for a decent amount, right? I believe it says it lasts for around, let me see. It says it lasts for 25 seconds and a cooldown for 30 seconds. So basically, you could just keep on using this, keep on, and I don't know what the button is on PC or Xbox, but I know on the PlayStation, you just press up on the D-pad. You could just keep on spamming this and just keep getting crazy health values and crazy crit damage and crazy damage. So that's why we're hitting that high health. But if you do not want to like use it, you will currently be in 1.4 million health because of the attributes and because like of the passive modifiers. Let's talk about loaded up. 25% of your critical hit chance value is added to critical hit damage while at tier 5 and firearms. Y'all see we got the Backfire, so I think I kind of already know what we're about to get into here. But this is the #1 passive modifier you need to obtain high health. Is a tear a day. You actually unlock this on completing the whole journey. So the second modifier you specifically need, this is the main one y'all specifically need, a tear a day. For each tear in any attribute, you gain 10% total health. So a total of 150 health. That's a lot of health. So you take that health and add it on to when you activate the modifier, when you press up on the D-pad, and then on top of the current health, that's going to put you to the 2 million. So like how I said, this is the main one you specifically need. You unlock this when you complete all your journeys. Now, I don't know if the devs fixed it, because when I unlocked it last week, I had to complete all the journeys. But then when I was doing it with my friends, or say my clan mates, they end up just unlocking it at tier 5 or whatever. So I don't know on like journey 5, so I don't know, but all you need to do is get this. This is the main one you need right here. Bam. Now we're going with tech upgrades. While at least at tier 3 in both firearms and electronics, skill duration is increased by 25 seconds for your current critical hit damage. So that is very simple. But like I said, you specifically need a tier day. So now we have that. Bam. I ain't really gonna get into Striker. Everybody know what Striker do. This is the most popular set, but basically all you do is they shoot, you get damaged. That's why I call it the brain dead build. It's really not too much thinking to do with this. But you see we got 15% weapon handling for the 2-piece, 15% rate of fire, which goes perfect with the Backfire, and then obviously we know we got the 4-piece Striker. Like how I said, you just be doing damage just to be shooting. That's all you need to do. So at the end of the day, that's what it is. And you see we got 4-piece, so that's what it is. Now we got something different than we usually don't really do. Usually we run 3-piece Seska, you know, with the perfect clutch backpack. This time I'm giving y'all something that y'all could just obtain easily. I know everybody could obtain Striker. If you want Striker, you could go craft it as well, and then it's easy to get 2-piece Palisade. That's what we have. And 2-piece Palisades, they always run with blues like high armor. As you see, I never recalibrated the armor. I just optimized it in, I just put health, and everything you see on this is going to be health and I believe crit damage. As you see, yeah, like health. So I have health on all my pieces, right? That's what you specifically don't have to go for that, but I went with that just to have more tanky health, so I could be in 2 million. You could go with like crit damage and crit chance, but just know your health is probably going to drop to like maybe 1.1, like around that range, and the highest will probably be up is like 1.2, maybe 1.3 if you want more damage. But when you got Striker, you got all the damage in the world, so you basically could lack off some crit damage and stack up some health and then bring back that crit damage from using the Backfire. But we're gonna get to the Backfire soon. But let's talk about the 2-piece Palisades. We got 2-piece Palisades because the armor on kill and 60% health, as you see, and then we have Obliterate. Critical hits increase weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds. Times that with Striker, you see why we shredding crazy, right? Then we got the backpack, like I was saying. Health, crit damage mods, clutch. If you're below 15% armor, critical hits repair 2.5. Kills allow you to repair up to 100% for 4 to 10 seconds based on the red cores. You see we have 1, 2, 3 red cores. I could go with 4 if I want to, but like I said, I don't really have to. But if I want to, I can. If you want to, you can. You know, matter of fact, I could just show you how it would look. You could probably just slap this on right here, bam, then you'll be at 1.1. But you see, that's not where I want to be at. So I'll just go back to the armor just to have a tankier shield just in case, so I can actually survive. But that's what you specifically need to have. You don't have to run the perfect clutch backpack. You do not have to run this. So I made something for y'all that's easy to obtain. Next, the Backfire. The #1 gun that makes everything crazy. So you see we got a total of 109.65k base damage. You're probably looking at that like it's low. Like how I said, Striker is going to make all that damage back up, included with Obliterate. You seen we're critting for 1 million. It's crazy. You shred. Everybody know how Striker works. The secondary gun, that really doesn't matter. I just ran with the AR just to shoot enemies from far, but it doesn't really matter. The main focus is on the Backfire. But as you don't know, well, if you do know, but if you don't know, now we're going to get into it. The Backfire, basically all you got to do is that shoot. You get up to 200% crit hit damage every time you shoot. You basically get 2% critical hit damage up to 100 stacks, which adds up to 200 crit damage. So you take that 200 crit damage, add it on to the existing crit damage, which I believe right now I should have a total of 323. If I active the modifier, it should go up crazy, but I should be getting around 323 crit damage when playing with the Backfire at max stack. The only problem is with this gun, you put yourself on bleed, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing with the Backfire for a while, and the bleed does not bother me, especially when you're killing. You got clutch, you're getting your armor back when you're killing stuff. It's really not affecting you. And then you got the modifiers that play in effect, where like you get the bonus armor as well, so it's really not hurting you. So the Backfire to me is probably the best SMG in the game. I'm sorry, you could sit here and comment whatever. This gun, it works for almost any build because you could just get crit damage. You could lack off crit damage and then you could just put this gun on and just get all your crit damage if you just land your shots, which is easy. And then with striker, obviously you got the weapon handling, you got the rate of fire, so you're shooting faster. It's very simple to use this build. So I'm very excited to put this build out for y'all. I know y'all gonna love this a lot. Now hopefully y'all try it out and have it similar way. This is just a template too, but you could basically put 2-piece Gila Guard if you want to. You know what I'm saying? But you're just gonna be losing now on the 10% armor on kill. You're basically gonna be getting 5% total armor, you know, and 60% health. But I went with the 2-piece Palisades, like I said, to get the armor on kill. It's not a lot, but it's a decent amount to actually get me back in the fight. And like I said, when I'm critting, I get clutch activated. So we got that, we understand that. No exotics as well on the gear pieces if you want to. Now we got the shield. You know, obviously the shield is the best. The striker shield, this comes specifically with the firewall specialist. That's why we're rocking this as well. I expertise it to 28. And then we have a defender drone, which I expertise this to 30, so I can soak up more bullets. And as y'all can see too, I did not expertise any of these pieces. A lot of y'all been commenting like, I can't get to expertise 30. Trust me, I did not expertise none of these pieces. The only thing that's expertise is these 2 guns. But other than that, I didn't expertise none of these 2 or none of these 6 pieces. And as y'all see, the build still works like wonders. So it's all about your skill. It's all about having patience. And it's all about being comfortable in your health pool. Like how I told you, when you get in your health pool, do not be scared to fight. That's where you need to become the vampire and literally get all your health back. So your health pool is where you want to be at majority of the times, especially when you have clutch, because like I said, you have the lower armor. Now let's get into where's the stats. You see we got 62% crit chance because of the modifier and 118.2 crit damage or whatever like that, right? Boom. That's okay, right? So let's do this, right? So what we said 200 plus 100 like an 18, I said. So then if we do that, that's 318 crit damage, right? And then if I activate the modifier, like I'm going to do it at the end, but I'm going to activate the modifier, and then we're going to add 200 to that. And that should put you over 518 crit damage. like that's like 518 crit damage on a striker build where that has obliterate. Yo, you see the damage, it's going to be crazy. Like, and I'm going to show you that, but let me just show you some of the more stats. Like I said, we not focus on the AR. The AR don't really matter, but the AR is going to get a high crit damage as well when I activate it if you want to play with that. But this is all for the backfire right here. That's a lot of damage. We at the crit chance, we over the crit damage. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Survivability, you see a total health 1.4 max health. Now when I activate this modifier, we're gonna go straight into it, right? And then I gotta remember too, I do not have the stacks on a lot of stuff right now because I'm not shooting anything. So we activate it up, you see we at 2.1 million health. I told y'all we are over. And then we go over here, and then look, now we got 144 crit damage on top of what it is supposed to be, right? And then when you're shooting, like I said, I'm not shooting anything, so I'm not getting my proc on my backfire right now. So trust me, it's crazy numbers, crazy amount of damage, and trust me, it lays everything down. I've been playing with this for the last 4 days, and I've been liking it. So definitely want y'all to try this out. Definitely y'all gonna like this. And as you see, once I activate the modifier, my health drop down to 975, and that's what it will be standard without the modifiers or whatever, without me getting any of the procs. That's why I went with health on all my pieces, so I could, you know, have a decent amount of health, because I don't need the damage. The striker gives me damage, so I don't really need too much damage. All I need to do is have high crit chance so I could crit. The crit damage comes from me shooting with this gun, and then all I gotta do is just pop it and then multiply, get more health back. You see, very simple. So that will be today's build. Trust me, I have way more. I just wanted to put this one out because I know striker is the favorite gear set, and a lot of people are playing with it, and a lot of new people that come to the game, I recommend the player striker because it's very easy to pick up and easy to farm, and especially when you're doing the 3 times XP event, which is actually going on right now. Yeah, striker is probably your best friend. So, and like I said, you want to do your journeys. This is where you unlock all the modifiers from. As you see, you complete these, you get the modifiers, you have fun like how I showed you in the build. But that will be it. If you like it, Leave a like if you're new, leave a comment, and if you're a hater, like I said, I catch y'all when I catch y'all. Yeah, striker, clutch, survivability, awesome. Y'all been going hard with the support. I never really took time to actually to speak about it. Y'all been going hard with the support. Y'all actually making the channel grow crazy. I really don't know what to say. Is feel like a dream has come true. I mean, we still got a lot to go, but y'all have been killing it. Y'all have been making the dream a reality, and it's all because of y'all. So I'm gonna keep posting these great builds for y'all, these amazing builds for y'all. Y'all keep doing the support. I'm giving y'all what y'all want, and that's what it is for that. So I'll catch y'all in my next video. Have an exuberant day out there. Stay safe and have a blessed weekend. And it's your boy Zay. I'll catch y'all in my next video. Peace.
Yeah, boy, you're